There she is.
Cheryl, brilliant,
Hello.
brilliant. We've been all excited, waiting for Cheryl. It's like, oh man, when's Cheryl coming? When's Cheryl coming? No Tuesday.
Oh.
I have to all the way till Thursday. Oh dear, 2 more long days. Oh dear. But here it is.
You're too sweet.
We have some fun.
Hello,
But
Beena.
we are very much excited.
Hello.
Hello, Donna.
Hello.
Donna here.
Donna not here today.
Oh,
Donna not
okay.
here today. Yeah.
Okay.
Just Beena.
Hi,
Just
Susie
Beena.
Woozy.
How are you?
Okay.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Good.
Brilliant.
I'm nervous.
Oh,
Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah, you got lots to be nervous about. So I'm glad you're nervous. You got so much to be nervous about. We have fun, Cheryl. We have fun. So absolutely nothing to be nervous about. Truly. There's no right or wrong. There's no need to remember anything. There's no testing of any kind. Just sharing. Just sharing. Plus, we actually want you to get things wrong.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's how you
How
learn.
so?
I'm sorry.
That you get a chance. We want you to get things wrong. Why?
Oh, so that I can grow, learn.
They can repeat it and
Discover.
you can practice and you can get comfortable with being wrong because this is a lifelong condition.
Mm. Amen.
Right. I better go and change my eyebrows. I think I've forgotten all about it.
yeah.
Maybe you guys do.
He put on, they have these filters in there, and there you can accentuate your eyebrows and put lipstick on. So he had them, and every time he moves his head, the eyebrows are somewhere else. Oh, it's the most bizarre
Oh,
thing.
this.
yes, there they go.
Yeah, what? Look at him. Look at him. Watch. Wait.
Jump up onto my forehead. Yeah. So anyway, but I put them on yesterday because I was watching that thing with a lawyer with a cat video, a cat face thing. You saw that, no? Maybe there was a lawyer in court, and they do the court cases on Zoom now, and
Okay.
the lawyer had this cat face on him, and he says, "But I'm not a cat." He said,
Oh
he
dear.
didn't know. He had no clue how this happened. I'm sure he'd fallen asleep or something, and some mischievous co-worker or something came and put it on. Anyway, so I was watching this video, and I said, "But where are these filters in Zoom? I hadn't seen it before, Anyway, so I went and had a look, and I found the filter. So we started playing around with it. So I said, "Oh, I'll put it on for tomorrow. I'll tease Robin and Sue." But then I forgot all about it, and then Beena reminded me before the meeting. And then I said, "Oh, okay, well, I'll leave it on anyway." But then when the meeting started, I forgot all about it again. Halfway through, Beena reminds me again. And then I couldn't hold my laughter. I was laughing so much, but I had to laugh silently. And then I just pointed it out. Anyway, so I better take it off here now before I forget too much, especially when the new person comes and want to start that way. So anyway, it's fun stuff. It's fun stuff. I'll show you my favorite filter. There we go.
Ah!
That's my favorite one. That's my late night rock and roll show.
Oh dear.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. We had too much fun with this stuff. So
Okay.
all right. I mean, you can make this bigger too.
Did you take the eyebrows?
I can make them really dark
Oh
too.
dear
Like these.
Lord. Phil Kardashian.
Oh gosh.
God.
Well, you guys are laughing now. At some point later on, I'm going to put them on you. So just you wait. I don't know if I can or not. It would be nice if I could. It'd be fun. All right, back to no. Did I put the lipstick off?
Yes. Nope. Still there.
No.
My lipstick off. He was drinking out of his coffee cup. He looked at it. He says, "Do I have lipstick on my cup?"
Yeah, we got to be lunatics. Yeah. Oh, there's the none for that. See.
Here it
All
is.
right. All right, there we go. All right.
Good.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
That's all we need is for Zoom, because this was under the beta testing stuff that they haven't tested it. All we needed was like, it's not working. You can't turn it off. That would be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Brilliant. All right, Cheryl. How have you been?
I've been good.
Excellent.
I've really been like the thoughts of what I was writing and what I was reading like come to me
Yes.
intermittently, like here and
Yes.
there. I'm just
Yes.
sitting doing something, and I think,
Yes.
oh, wait a
That's what we
minute, did
want.
I want to say maybe I feel differently? It's just like it's
Yes.
rolling.
Yes.
Good.
Remember, I said it's not necessarily the content; it's the process.
Okay.
That's exactly what we are after. You immersing into the process of doing the course. And that's what happens when you get immersed. You're busy washing the dishes and you think, oh, wow, one more thing. Oh, yes.
Exactly. Good. That's a
Did you go
good.
and write
That's a
it down?
good.
Did you go and write it down?
Yeah. What's that?
Did you go and write it down?
For the most part, yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy. I hope I can even. Yeah. There's
God.
notes
If
everywhere.
you don't write it down, it doesn't come back. And the stuff
Okay.
is gold. Stuff is gold. It's absolutely essential to do this. So that's fantastic. That is super fantastic. All right. So hang on 1 second. Let me just pull this up here real quickly and then we'll go through it with you. So, all right. On slide 1. Unless you have anything else to share in the meantime before we get going, because it's not always.
I'm ready.
Yeah. And you feeling good?
Yes.
Good. You happy?
Yes.
There you go. We can be. Everything might not be 100% in the world or even in our own lives, but it don't mean we can't be happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's snowing again. So.
You lucky dogs. I love snow.
Yeah.
Snow. Yeah. Moaning and wailing and complaining and no, I'm just teasing.
Well, I live on the kind of like the side of a cliff, so snow really kind of gets in the way of life.
Right. Gotcha. All right. So let's get going on slide 1. So just give us a repeat back of slide 1 there. Or slide 2 really, actually.
Yeah. So the slide was sometimes feelings escort us to self-indulgent, exaggerated thoughts and judgments. And my read back was our feelings gives us permission to think too hard and too far based on the intensity of what we are feeling.
Yes. And is that permission in inverted commas?
Yeah, permission. Yeah.
Yes. Fantastic. Can you read that again for us, please? That's awesome.
Okay. Our feelings gives us permission to think too hard and too far based on the intensity of what we are feeling.
Fantastic. Will you put that in chat for me, please?
Do you know how to do that?
No.
Copy
At the bottom of your Zoom screen. Move your mouse to the bottom of your screen, of the Zoom screen, and you'll see chat there.
Chat.
Mm-hmm. If it's not on its own, it's in under more.
Okay. Oh, it's in an under.
You see where the mute and the stop video and participants?
Yes. Then there's chat, and then it's over here. Oh, okay. Type your message here. Got it.
There you go. So yeah, type or copy paste, whichever you do.
Just type it. Cover.
Yeah, you got handwritten notes, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If I typed all this in, oh my gosh, I'd still be on slide 2.
It's all good. At some point, you do maybe want to go back and not type it exactly, but type it for purposes of organizing, tightening it, neating it, and all that. So yeah, but that's a job for a much later time. But it's very useful though, because then you can search it, Cheryl.
Okay.
You see, because you got a lot now, but to find stuff, you can't always search it. Being able to search your notes, it's very helpful. Very, very helpful.
Okay. Do I have to hit enter or anything?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. See, it pops up. See, now you see the little red thingy there on chat. There's a message. So, well, maybe it doesn't for you, but we see that our feelings give us permission to think too hard and too far based on the intensity of things. Okay. So I'm going to add this to the program.
Woo-hoo. Look at that, Shirley, girly.
But I'm going to say sometimes I'm going to take some editorial liberty to say
Absolutely.
sometimes our feelings give us permission to think too hard and too far, comma, based on the intensity of what we are feeling. Yeah, that's really it's very insightful, and that's the point of this quote. And it is to make us think. You see, already somebody else had one that we added. We're gonna. I've never done a double bottom. We're gonna do a double bottom now.
Did you see the arrow at the bottom, Cheryl, on that
Yes.
The
slide?
down arrow.
That it does, that there's another slide underneath it. Just so you, and then yours will be underneath this.
Yeah. All right.
But we have to give Cheryl a name.
Well, we'll have to see. I'll have to wait on that. I don't have one for you. It's still too soon. But in the meantime, it'll just be Cheryl something. All right. All right. I'll have it done in a second. But yeah, this is a cool quote. I mean, there's a lot to this, Beena.
Mhm.
While I fiddle about here.
Yeah. I'm just continuously thinking about that because the intensity and that the part is permission, because we feel that these are valid.
Yeah.
And these feelings are genuine and real, and this is the truth coming from my inside. So it's a kind of a leverage we take, and it's a permission, which is really good. You use that word, and it is like, okay, exaggeration. We just give permission to ourselves that we can exaggerate. Just so
Right.
so insightful, Cher. So insightful. Really cool.
And you made a very insightful point at the end there, right? It's sometimes our feelings give us permission to think too hard and too far, based on the intensity of what we are feeling. You didn't just say based on what we are feeling as a belief, but based on the intensity. That's a whole new take and a whole new point that you're making. Yes,
Yes.
Mhm.
that's a deep thing. It's a big point. I mean, you've really gone into this quote and extracted, and you've added something to the. Yes, it's implied there, but you are now elucidating that implication. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, how cool is that? That's why I'm adding it. It's not a simple point that you're making here. It's not a simple point. I think we have to. There we go. There we go. I know I've used this before, but this reminds me of you, Cheryl. So I'm putting it in. We'll see in a moment. All right.
Yeah, I guess I should have the slides on my screen somewhere too, huh?
You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't
Okay.
have to. Well, if you want to, or you can. All you got to do is take zoom off a full screen, and then you drag the window smaller. I drag it so that it sits up at the top under my camera, so that I'm looking towards the camera, and then the rest of the screen is open underneath for looking at the slides and stuff like that. It's very useful. All right, but before you do that, look at Zoom now.
We're gonna share. He's gonna share a screen. There you go. Look at.
Should come any moment now.
Yep, it's up. There's
Oh,
Cheryl.
oh, wow. Okay.
Woohoo.
We got a picture of Cheryl.
Ah,
Okay, off of Cheryl, but close. Right?
good
Yes.
enough. No, it's fine with me.
Well, I couldn't get the glasses on there, but all right.
Please don't.
No, they work for you. They work for you.
It's
So there
exciting.
you go. We'll add a little bit more. It's a little bit bland. We'll add some color later, but yeah, for the meantime, we'll leave that there. So yeah, very cool.
Little
So you
something.
see, yeah. Show something for now. For now, you show something because you really are something, are you not?
Something else. Yes.
Excellent. All right. Okay. Let's adjust that real quick. Cheryl, something else. I like that. I really like that because you really are something else, are you not?
I am. Most
Yeah,
definitely.
well, maybe we'll just leave that there. Maybe we'll leave it. We'll see. But we'll leave it. All right. So let's stop share and you keep going. Again, it all depends on if it's going to be distracting for you or not. We don't need the original slides. It's not
Okay.
necessary. So
Okay.
Just read
yeah.
your
I'd
note.
rather have you focused. That's the key.
Okay.
All right, keep going.
Okay,
Right? You said
Uh,
that was your repeat back. What did you
that was
call
my
it?
repeat back. Yeah.
Read, yeah, or read back. Yeah, either way. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you want me to do my takeaway?
Please. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
These are kind of long.
there is no length. So I was going to say, how do you know it's long?
It's long.
How do
Okay.
you know?
Well,
It's
I
just a
just let my
guess.
mind go free with this. So
Exactly. And this is absolutely essential. So please just don't ever think long or short. There is no such thing. It's
okay.
appropriate or not. And you know it's appropriate when you've got every last little bit out.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So my feelings of hurt, frustration, grief, anger, feeling unloved or unappreciated give me the permission I need and a familiar path to react and eventually overreact in my thoughts, my actions, and my judgments. Strong feelings lead me to, that's it, I'm done. I just want to quit regardless of the consequences or potential loss. The only way to stop feeling this way is to run from it. Strong feelings lead me to overindulgence.
Oh.
Please repeat this
We're
for me.
waiting. Where's the rest of the long thing?
Oh, you want to keep going? Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's on that slide, right?
This is still that slide.
I want to hear it all. I want to hear it all. But what you said there, before we
Yes.
continue, just a little break. I really do want to hear it all. Absolutely. It's absolutely critical. This is your time. This is your space. We want to hear you. Not anything back. This is your time to share you. Yeah?
Yes.
It's very important. It's very important. It's very important. So I do want to hear it all. But what you shared was so potent and so powerful. The awareness of what's going on. It's huge, 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 huge. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it in a moment.
Okay. So indulging in food or drink lead to self-loathing. Why did I do that? What's wrong with me? Or completely the opposite. No action, abandoning my responsibilities of the day by physically checking out. I'll just lay here until I feel better. By the way, I never do.
Wow, interesting. That's very interesting. You never just lay there till it gets better?
Yeah, and then I get up and I think, oh my gosh, I didn't get anything done, and now I don't feel better because I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't just keep going.
So if you were to lie down, would that cause you to feel guilty?
Usually. I mean, if I know I'm laying down because I need to rest, no. If I know that I'm laying down because I'm frustrated and I just don't want to continue, yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, because you have stuff that you think you need to do, then it's like when you feel like you're avoiding them.
Yes, yeah. When I feel like I'm just checking out. Okay, so okay, soft with it. Sometimes feelings is good. I gotta see where my mind went here. Judgments. This refers to Greg. If he loved me, he would or he wouldn't fill in the blank. And then I wouldn't feel this way. If I could clean better, cook more often, be a better wife and lover, make more money, I would be happier because everyone would love and respect me and I wouldn't feel like I wasn't enough or constantly coming up short in my personal expectations. So that's like my feeling of inadequacy. And that and then I put down that it leads me to judge others.
All right. As we go through this, do me a favor. If you have a nice marking pen handy.
Yes.
Like in a nice marking pen, rather than a
like
regular pen.
Like a
yeah,
highlighter?
there you go. Perfect. There you go. Perfect. But I want you to just put a big B next to whatever is a belief. So let's start at the top from the takeaways on this quote, this slide, right?
Okay.
And start reading again. And every time you come, we'll just shout out. All of us here will just shout, belief. We'll like have a belief alert. and you just put a big B in the margin, belief. You like that, Cheryl?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So Cheryl, before we go, yeah, feeling your emotions, it's all good. If you were in the office, we'd have great big boxes of tissues handy. So please, yeah, feel free to share your emotions. It's important.
Okay.
It's important. Yeah. All right. So let's hear it again from the top. Lots of good
Okay.
stuff here.
My feelings of hurt, frustration, grief, and anger, feeling unloved or unappreciated, give me the permission I need and a familiar path to react and eventually overreact in my thoughts, actions, judgments.
Belief.
Wow. The whole thing is a belief, is it not?
Yes. Yeah.
Can we just pause there for a moment to just let that sink in? Right? I mean, the way it's written, it's kind of an analysis, sort of as a fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it really? Is it really a fact, what you wrote, or a belief? Does it have to be that way? That's what I'm asking.
No, it's definitely a belief.
Exactly. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
And don't you think that feelings that thoughts that are the result of a certain feeling or once again the intensity of it rarely produces a fact.
Yes, yes, yes.
It
Yes.
rarely produces a fact of any
Yes.
kind. It just
Yes, 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 yes. Cheryl, sweet, magical, marvelous Cheryl. You really are a marvelous person because of that intensity of feeling. Your intensity comes from your intense goodness. You understand that?
yes.
It's a fuck up. Excuse me, Beena. Excuse me, Cheryl.
I said I want to believe that, which is why I'm here.
We're going to prove it to you. Whether you believe it or not, we'll prove it to you that it comes from your goodness. You'll see when we're done with this, you're going to know absolutely clearly. There's no doubt about it. As a matter of fact, we said this before you came on. You could see it in that first meeting already. It was evident just from when you came, right? So it's clearly evident to us. It's not clearly evident to you, not as yet, but we're going to make it clearly evident. That's the intensity, though. You feel so intensely, it just screws everything up.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, really, really.
There's a fact
in this
for
case,
you.
your intense goodness
there's
is
a
a
fact.
problem. Yeah. Your intense goodness is a fact because your intensity comes from your goodness, not from the fact that you've just got feeling dialed up. No, that intensity comes from your intense goodness and not knowing how to be good. Yes?
Truly.
You got no clue how to really deal with your own goodness.
Be a lot of undoing.
You want me to say that again? You have
There's
no
a lifelong
clue
of undoing
really.
there.
Yeah, you got no clue really how to deal with your intense goodness.
And there's a lot of it there, Cheryl. I've told you that for many, many, many years.
Man alive. Never mind a lot. It's like it's huge. It's massive. It's this great big pressure. Now you say, but look at my life. I've done so. You're probably going to give me a long list of all the bad and terrible and horrible things you've done. I'll bet you every single one traces back to you being unable to deal with the intensity of your goodness. Every single one. I promise you this now already. I very seldom make promises or predictions, but this I will promise you. Your inability to deal with your intense goodness, not just goodness, intense. I know lots of good people. Sue, Beena are incredibly good people, but they don't have that same intensity of feeling about the goodness. And the intensity of feeling comes from not knowing how to deal with it. They at least had some measure, they had some outlet of how to deal with it and feel it. You in a state where everything is contradicting and confusing and whatever you do, it's kind of wrong and all this stuff. but you're trying to be good all the time, and you don't know
Yeah.
how. So you're completely frustrated because I'm trying to be good, and it's a screw up every single time. Yeah.
Yes. You know what? I wrote that this morning. I put a note in here that said, my thoughts and feelings are at times in direct contradiction with each other. My nature is to question my questions, which lead me from positive to negative and back again.
I have something for you. We need to go and do something. Hold on. I need to back up just a little bit here. This is something important. Get a
Excuse
whole
me a
box,
moment, I
please.
do have
Get a
to
whole
get a
box.
tissue.
Yeah.
Doc.
Yeah.
The box.
Yeah.
The box.
And a roll of TP just for safety. Back up. I gotta get Cheryl to tilt that screen just a little bit. This bothers my Mr. A to see just a little floating head there. They do it so they can see, I believe. You know, the angle is better, but it's a nice cupboard.
Okay. All right.
And then, there you go. See, I was just gonna say, move that screen so we can not just see your head, but now we see head and shoulders. Yeah, very cool, very cool. All right, so let me screen share. I got one slide that I want you to do, or maybe two here. So this is right in the beginning of the way of impeccability. So, all right, so here we go. So I'm gonna read these out loud, and then you got to say yes out loud. Well, we're all gonna say yes. All right. So which of these resonate or apply to you? Say yes out loud. You are a good person.
Yes.
Yes. You have integrity.
Yes.
Yes. You care about others.
Yes.
Yes. You have generosity, kindness, compassion.
Yes.
Yes. You are typically sensible.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Do you try typically to be sensible?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Did you Sue and Beena, did you hear the pain in that yesterday?
Yes.
Try. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You think patience, impeccability, sobriety, diligence, awareness, appropriateness, etc. are good qualities.
Yes.
Yes, hell yes. Right? You like having meaning, purpose, and significance.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Affection, love, goodness are important to you.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. You cannot be deliberately bad. If I paid you $1 million to torture and murder and kill people, would you do it?
No.
Exactly. You can't be deliberately bad.
No.
Deliberately. Exactly. See?
Yeah.
Yes.
You cannot be deliberately inappropriate.
No.
Deliberate is still key. Yes, you've been you've been inappropriate, maybe. And deliberately, we're all nincompoops, right? But not deliberately. Again, I can't pay you to do stuff like that.
Right.
You want more in life.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I hear that intensity of feeling. You want more, capital M, more in life.
Yes.
You don't want the crap and nonsense that you stuck in. That you don't want it, right? Right. Now, likely you said yes to all of these, and that makes you a good person without question. Right? We are going to connect that goodness to what is meaningful, what provides you with purpose, and what is significant and important to you. All right, so say out loud right now, please, Cheryl. I am a good person, like you mean it. Let's hear it.
I am a good person.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And we hardly know you, and we already love you.
Yes.
I'm saying that for everybody. All right, Sue knows you and she loves you already. But Beena, I'm sure also. It's true.
Absolutely.
It's true. It's so obvious. It's so obvious to us. Now, does this mean that you're a good person that has got everything sorted out? No. We understand that you're a good person and stuff is in a bit of a mess. Okay. We're going to just sort it. We're going to figure it out. But this is important, Cheryl. It is absolutely critical that you be absolutely 100% thoroughly, conclusively, and absolutely aware that you are a good person. Screwed up,
Yes.
maybe yes. Inappropriately good, yes. And not knowing what to do, yes. Okay, so what? Those are all things that can be remedied. But this is a fact that you're good. If you don't understand this as a fact, it corrupts everything else.
Okay.
So we come to our first entry into your dictionary of power, beside the ones that you've made on your own. And that's inappropriate application of goodness. So with hyphens and capitalize it, all the starts of every word, inappropriate application of goodness, all hyphenated, because it's a singular concept, right?
Okay.
Right. It's a compound concept. Now, if we look at Cheryl's life from the little bit that I know, right? Cheryl's life has been one long series of inappropriate applications of goodness. Yes? Not a series of Cheryl doing stuff deliberately bad. It's not been any of that. It's just been inappropriate application of goodness in some weird cockeyed way. Whatever it is, the root cause, you were trying to do stuff in ways that you didn't know, just, unknown, ignorance maybe, or just confusion, conflict, whatever. All of those come from you not knowing how to use and be good appropriately. Yeah. Does that make sense, Cheryl?
Yes. Yeah.
You've got this long history that you believe you've been doing bad stuff, screwing up, messing up, blah, blah, blah. Yes, there
Yes.
are consequences and stuff that's happened. But
Yes.
if we really get down to it, it's at root, there was this desire to be good that was unfulfilled. And then it didn't succeed. And there was conflict and ways to suppress the pain of not being good. That leads to all sorts of problems. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I really want to start on this footing. When you really know you are good, and also know that goodness doesn't mean that we are automatically sensible. Goodness doesn't mean we are automatically appropriate, right?
Right.
Two different things. So we
Okay.
need to separate those two out. Yeah. Fine. We will take it as a given. You haven't always been sensible or appropriate, and that you've done stuff that's had negative consequence. This is all of our lives, right? For some, it's more so than others. But I do really feel that your goodness is something that you really, that you feel deeply and intensely.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to be good. You want to do good. You want to make things right. You want to be appropriate. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I suspect that you struggle to know how to be good and appropriate, even in simple things like how to express yourself, how to communicate, how to just be from second to second.
Possibly, I guess. I've tried to be more careful with how my thoughts manifest into words. Ian, sometimes I could be a very loose cannon in that department.
Yeah. Sometimes you can be mean and nasty, rude and horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You're intense. You're intense. Yeah. Just getting into an emotion bubble. I understand that too. Same thing.
Yeah. And a lot of times I hide what I kind of express what I'm really feeling with humor.
Yes.
People think I'm the funniest girl they ever met.
Yeah.
But I'm really just trying to get something out, which is probably negative.
Yeah.
And think of, just to reiterate kind of what Sil was talking about, Cheryl. If you put into context the part of the confusion, you've had in your life, the conflicts that you've had in your life on a personal level, and all those different things, how easy that is to overshadow what is your real and true goodness under there. I mean, just think about those things, those two things, what you're confused about, with your family origin and conflicts in your life with Greg and whoever, and how those just completely, when you don't have the proper resolution, how it overshadows who
Oh,
you really
It
are.
absolutely goes to war
Yeah.
with what's in,
Why?
it goes to war with what I really want for my life.
So to compound all of this, not just do you have excessive goodness and intensity of feeling, but you're also intensely intelligent.
Mhm. Absolutely.
You're not stupid, are you?
No,
No. Exactly.
not even a little. No.
Exactly. And it wasn't even a second thought on that. Most people would have that, no, that's it. You know it for a fact. And so do we.
Mhm.
It's very obvious, right? So we have some skills. We can see a little bit into people, right? So when you put all of that together, you get this, man, this is like, never mind a pressure cooker, this is a pressure cooker on steroids. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So I just want us to be clear where we're going. We've got goodness plus intensity plus intelligence makes up for Cheryl. Now we just have to get this mixture to work right?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like that old style dynamite, before it's stable, hydroglycerin, right? It's very unstable. We just need to stabilize it so that it's like, what do they call it? That putty that the military use. Dang it, something with a C. Anyway, it's the modern explosives that they use. It's very stable. You need to put a primer in it. You can do anything with it. It's explosives like putty, and it's completely stable, right? You can throw it, bang it, turn around, without the actual igniter, it doesn't do anything. So we're going to take this nitroglycerin, which really was super unstable. I mean, you just drop it and bing, the thing goes off. So we're gonna take that, and all it is just a matter of rearranging the elements appropriately.
Okay.
That's all it is, really. We don't want to negate it or take it away. No, we're going to utilize it. That's it. It's inappropriate application of goodness. We are going to convert it to appropriate conversion of goodness. First step is what we're doing now. This program is called feeling and believing. Right. The feeling part, Cheryl's a champion at, right?
Right.
All right. So the believing part, you're also a champion in because you're intelligent. Problem is, not all of those beliefs are actually valid. They get validated by the feeling, as we're going to see. So let's be clear what we do here. So let's continue. Again, keep reading where you're at and use that marker with a big B.
Okay. So let's see, I left off.
You just did the first sentence, and we
And
said,
okay.
First paragraph.
So my thoughts are that strong feelings lead me to actually verbalizing. That's it.
Yes.
Because it just becomes so overwhelming. I can't find a way out of it. So I run from it.
And you need release.
Mm-hmm. I need to just stop and run from it and get to a quiet place and stop. I can't.
And
I maybe I don't, I mean, it's any kind of a conflict that I'm just, try to rationalize it, to squell it, and I can't. So I run.
Yeah. Also, you don't need a quiet place. You have another place where you can express your strong feelings.
And?
I'm waiting for the penny to drop.
Here.
Right here, exactly. You're welcome to express any feeling, not just welcome. It's absolutely appropriate to do so here.
Okay.
Yeah. We want to hear it. It's the part of the takeaway. is really to get that stuff out. You need a space to get it out.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll get into other ways you can do this also a little later. But for right now, just know, here is where we want to hear those. We really do.
Okay. So in fact, I mean, I suppose that once again qualifies as a belief that
Exactly.
if I run away, if I get away and stop, you know, that's going to remedy the situation
It's a belief, right?
for me. For me, I'm remedied. I don't know what kind of condition I left you in. but
Only
I'm
for
remedied.
you. You cannot
yeah.
speak for anybody else, and neither
No.
can we. That's why we'll tell you 100 times. Don't believe a word we say. I
You
mean
just told
it.
me how good I was.
Absolutely. Oh, screwed. All right, except for that.
Okay.
But again, don't believe me. But actually, especially in that, don't believe me. Because I didn't say how good you were. You did.
Okay.
I just asked you questions. You said yes. You said yes. You said yes. I didn't say you were good. You said you were good. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I do feel you're good. So does Beena, so does Sue. I mean, it's like, duh. Right? Our job really is making the obvious obvious. Truly. It's a total duh. Now, I understand, Cheryl. Truly. Please don't mistake me that I'm just looking through life with rose-colored glasses. And I don't know stuff that, everybody good person that I've done has done a bunch of crap and stupid things, and some more so than others, right? It doesn't make them any less good. It simply makes them misguided, inappropriate application of goodness, getting caught up in immersion bubbles. There's a whole bunch of reasons for this, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's important to understand. I'm not naive. I'm not saying, oh, I just want to see you as a good person and kumbaya and you're all good. No, but that doesn't mean that we can't do stupid stuff because we're good. Absolutely, we can do stupid stuff and bad stuff even.
Yeah.
But,
I
to do
mean, I
something
wouldn't be the
bad-
poster child, but
Exactly.
I'd be
Exactly.
in the
Here's the
commercial.
difference. Here's the difference. We can do stupid stuff. We can do stupid stuff and bad stuff. Stupid stuff comes from ignorance, inappropriate application of goodness, being caught in a bubble. Bad stuff comes from intent.
Mm.
I don't think you've ever had intent, unless maybe in a fit of rage for a very short temporary moment of time, the intent to actually do badness. The
Yeah.
intent to do badness, right?
Yeah.
This I don't see as being a part of you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No.
Exactly. Exactly. And our intent to goodness, you have a profound, deep intent to goodness. Yes?
Yes.
Write that in your dictionary of power, intent to goodness, again with the hyphens and the caps. It's a power term, intent to goodness. It's what defines you. And for you, this intent to goodness is an intensity. It burns in you. Yes?
Yes.
Again, I'm just saying what's obvious.
Okay.
Really, I'm just saying what's obvious. I want to be very earnest about this, Cheryl. I'm not looking to, shine you on or flatter you on. I'm just being really, really real because it's absolutely essential. There's this shift in your mindset. We aren't going to fix you. We're not interested in this at all. You say, what am I doing here then? We don't see you as broken.
Mm.
We do not see you as broken. Step one. Step two, just because you aren't broken doesn't mean that you know how to actually turn yourself on and wind yourself up and operate properly and all that. So replacement is also necessary, right?
Okay.
Furthermore, by focusing on stuff that's not working exactly right, all we do is emphasize that. To what end? You just end up living in a world of problem and now that's this old style psychoanalysis. Doesn't work. Hasn't worked. That's why people spend 20 years or 30 years at the therapist and still not get anywhere because they just re-emphasize it. Emphasis literally rewires your brain. When you emphasize something, that node enlarges and it connects to more nodes and it changes the brain. It's why everybody remembers where they were on traumatic events, you know, like a president getting assassinated or 9/11 or whatever. That's why we remember, or, you know, where your first baby or whatever, anything that's really dramatic. It doesn't have to be traumatic. Everything that's amplified and intense rewires the brain. And for you, particularly, this is something absolutely critical to understand, that emphasis rewires the brain. That's why we don't want to be fixing you and focusing on stuff that's broken. We don't want to emphasize that. We can emphasize replacement. Yes?
Yes.
Remedy, tools. Yes, exactly. That's your intensity, because you're intelligent, super intelligent. You think about stuff and you emphasize it, and then it starts compounding on itself. So it is appropriate usage of your goodness, and appropriate usage of your intensity, and appropriate usage of your intelligence. That's what we're going to focus on.
Okay.
Don't care about again, let's make another example about focus, right? You can teach your kids to not steal, and they can listen to you and actually do so. Does that make them necessarily? Does it just not stealing? Does it make them kind and courteous and considerate?
No.
No. But if you taught them to be kind and courteous and considerate, truly so, how the hell do they go around stealing? Not possible.
Okay.
Philosophy of replacement. Please put replacement or even philosophy of replacement in your dictionary of power. See the power here. I'm going actually very fast with you, Cheryl. Normally this takes a long time for us to get here. We're just going right to the stuff here. I'm just respecting who you are, being appropriate.
This philosophy of
Replacement. Right. Replacement. In other words, you've got a lot of crap in your whole system of being. It's complete rubbish. It should and this and that and it's a lot of shit. We're gonna throw it all out. Just dump it right now. Sorry, but that's it. It's true. I'm sorry, but this is real. You know, we're gonna throw out all that should and must be and supposed to be and all this crap that you've learned, and we're gonna replace it.
Okay.
And this course especially, it's gonna take all of those beliefs which get associated with feelings, and the way we are going to manage your intensity of feeling is by managing the beliefs.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So I'm laying the groundwork. I want to give you the tools, the abstract foundation, and I'm giving it to you now, right in the beginning, because I feel that you can do it and use it. It's going to change what comes before, instead of us just going through these looping patterns. Now, when you share your notes, it's going to have real meaning and significance for you and impact. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's the goal. See? Yeah. Because you're real too. You have a streak of realism to you, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that realism bites you in the ass more often than not. That's my guess, yes?
I have a way of interpreting things. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Have or had?
Well, I don't know that that's going to change. I just want the interpretation to be truer and correct and
okay. But let's
beneficial to
it's certainly
where
true.
I want to be.
Right. It may be true that you still haven't, maybe not quite as much as before, right? So yes, technically it's accurate to say true, but to say had is absolutely true.
Okay.
Right. So
right.
we're going to use a little bit of sleight of language a little bit, because if you say had, there's an implication that it could change.
Okay.
Have kind of locks it in, right? But
right.
had is true. You're not being inaccurate to say I had it. It's not a lie.
Okay.
But to say have locks you into it. Do you intend to change it?
Yes.
Therefore, just that intent alone tweaks it, even if it's 99.9 out of 100 now, and it was 100 before. It's still different.
Right.
So technically, okay, it's not exactly the same, and we're going to use that technicality because it's incremental change. If you keep saying, okay, it used to be, and I'm working on changing it now, little by little, you make that true, because at root, you're actually a very, very honest person. Yes?
Yes.
Exactly. So your language, Cheryl, Your language is absolutely critical. What you say, you, because you're an honest person, are going to make every effort to be true.
Okay.
So from now on, we are going to get exquisitely anal about our language.
Okay.
We're going to be super precise, right? Because it's powerful. And yes, technically, it's the difference between what you had and what you have is very small, but that technical difference, your inner bureaucrats, which are ridiculously precise about every comma and full stop, right, of things, they say, yeah, okay, it is different. So you are changing. Maybe a tiny bit, but it's technically true. You are changing. It's like a computer, right? When you say the difference between the two, to us, it's insignificant, but the computer says they're not the same. It's 0.001 different, but it's different. So this is powerful. So we're going to leverage this incremental change.
Okay.
Yeah. So be very, very diligent about your self-talk, to not describe yourself in ways that are limiting and hold you back. I understand you want to be honest, but you want to also be honest about the change and acknowledge the change. Yes.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
right. So what was in the past is in the past. What's now is a variable. It's up for change.
Okay.
How cool is that?
Works. It works. Yes.
And we're going to do it little by little. Not saying it's going to change overnight. We're also realistic. Sometimes, I don't want to also put out of the question. Sometimes we get that aha, whoa, ow, shit, but and things change, and your whole life is different just in a moment. So we'll pay attention for those. We'll watch for those too.
Okay.
They come regularly. All right, let's hear more.
Am I still on number 2? You want to?
Yep.
Are we continuing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So indulging in food or drink, leading. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. My actions are that strong feelings lead me to. This is the opposite of the I want to quit. This is where things go way off the rails. And I indulge in food or drink, leading to self-loathing. Why did I do that? What's wrong with me? Abandoning my responsibilities by just lying here. Sometimes I'll overeat, I'll overdrink, and I'll check out for the day. The triple threat.
Wow.
Because I'm just so overwhelmed and I just can't. And I need to open my eyes to a new world. But the same world is there when I open up my eyes. So I think I'm going to feel better, and I don't. Because now I got more problems.
And would you say that is an intensity spiral?
Yes.
Or downward spiral? Okay.
Yes.
We're going to learn to reverse those and make them upward spirals. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you describe yourself as an intensely passionate person?
Yes.
And would you also say that you don't really have an outlet for that passion?
Well, I've started to embrace my art, so I got a little bit of something going. The last time I got really overwhelmed, I took my art supplies, I went into another room, and I just started to draw.
Yes. Would you also say that you're an intensely caring person?
I do. I don't want to hurt anybody. I really don't. I care how people feel, and I don't want to be the cause of anyone's pain.
And do you have an appropriate outlet for that passion and that caring? Okay, you got the painting. No. All right, so just to be aware. See, we're getting somewhere. Awareness is self-curative.
Okay.
The more aware we become, the more the problems solve themselves. Just knowing just being acutely aware that you're passionate and caring. This is, there's implications, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Implications. You're a smart cookie, very smart cookie. So we're going to pay exquisite attention to implication, and we're going to leverage that intelligence of yours to make positive implications, not negative ones.
Okay.
Everything has implications, and you can see those implications. Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes.
But you're going to run away with yourself with those implications sometimes a bit, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. I'm asking.
Yeah, you're right. You're right on.
Make it easy. You make it easy. No, I mean it, because you are sharing openly. You're giving us the full Monty here. So that's it. All I do is just hear you, and you pull this stuff from me. I don't have a preconceived idea. I don't have some speech prepared or stuff to say. No, it just comes. You pull it out of me. That's the way it works.
Yeah. Okay, so then I listed 3 feelings that are tied to beliefs, and then I got to the next slide and I hear what comes first, and I don't know. So my judgment would be, if my husband loved me, he would meet these certain standards. Okay, he would make me a priority. He would do random acts of kindness. He would take care of me when I'm sick. Those kind of things. If that belief is not met, then I feel unloved. And feeling unloved is a big one for me, Sil.
Yes.
It's a big one.
Yes. It's huge. And the feeling creates the beliefs. There is no coming first, the chicken and egg.
Okay.
Drive over there and give Cheryl a hug, please, Sue.
I will.
What?
Great big. I would saying Sue must please drive over there and give you a great big hug. You're too far away for us.
Yeah, don't you hate these virtual hugs? Darn. They're not the same. Okay. So then the belief that if I could be better at being a wife, if I made more money, if I was a better lover, if I could clean my house better, if my paintings were better, everybody would love me and respect me. And I wouldn't feel like I was constantly not enough, constantly coming up short in my own personal expectations of myself, which leads to me feeling inadequate, not enough.
Complete belief. It's not a fact.
Oh, it's a huge belief. I mean, it's a reality. It's a fact too, but it's based on implied beliefs. Right? So that one is kind of an IB there, implied beliefs, because it's not directly so, because there's some direct consequence there, yes?
Yeah.
But underneath it is the belief that, well, if this, if I was a better person.
Yeah.
Well, you're already a better person. You're already
and
a
I
good
feel
person.
like I feel like I strive to these standards,
You do.
but I also feel like I come up short.
And there's a big problem. Not
It's like
that we
my
want to
best
look for
isn't good
problems.
enough.
And now we're talking about capital B belief right there.
My best isn't good enough.
Exactly. Will your best ever be good enough according to the criteria you've used in the past?
No.
Exactly. Furthermore, all of those beliefs were premised on the idea of what other people think and believe and do.
Yeah. Yep.
And is this really of consequence?
Well,
It's what you believe. It's what you feel. Ah, yes, it sticks. Yes. Again,
it
because
sticks and it stings.
because we are in the belief that their opinion of us is the be all and end all of everything in the world.
Yeah.
When whose opinion is the be all and end all of everything?
Yours. Mine. I know. That's see, there's my humor.
I'm just honoring your joke. That was fantastic. Fantastic. I love it.
Stand-up comedy featuring Cheryl.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I love it.
There
I love it,
is.
Cheryl. I do enjoy the comedy. So, I can I like quick comedy, so I enjoy it. It's fair. It's fair. Yeah, yeah. Gotta respond quick, right? To honor the joke, right?
There you go.
Exactly. So no, very cool. And this we're going to shift. We're going to shift this belief structure of yourself, your standards, what's possible, what's appropriate, all of this, and shift the whole deal. So a bottom line, we're going to shift what you believe about yourself, to shift it from not so positive to self-acceptance, self-acknowledgement, and from through self-acceptance, self-acknowledgement, we're going to get to self-appreciation, and then maybe if you want to, you can start loving yourself or not. That will be up to you. But certainly we're going to get into that acknowledgement and acceptance and appreciation of self. Yeah, yeah, and that's very easy to do. It's very easy to do. We've got a lot to work with here. Very
Yeah.
simple.
I
Really.
mean, and there's my little red cardinal.
Wow.
Yeah, he sits there and watches me. I mean, he can see me and he just stands there and stares at me.
Can I hear more about the red cardinal, please?
Well, oh, they're both here. Two males.
Can you
which
show
is
us? Can you show
unusual.
us on the? Can you turn the laptop around and show us?
I don't
Please,
know
if you don't mind.
to see, you'll probably just see them as little dots
That's all right.
because
Right.
I've got a screen on the window.
Oh. Wow. Wait. Where are they?
You see the little red dots in the branches?
I see big stuff in the branches, but are they in the
I don't know if I've
are they
got
in
the
the front
camera
tree?
right.
Yeah.
Well, they're there, but it's
Okay. No worries.
yeah.
No worries.
So
We know where they
no,
are now. We know where they are. We know where they are.
they're there, and they visit me, and the female cardinal came and knocked on my window when my dog got sick. She actually flew into the window every day for hours, every single day. And the day my dog passed on, July 30th, she went away and never came back.
Wow.
She was at my
Wow.
window every single day for about 9 months.
Wow. Wow.
And then she'd follow me around the house. If I was on the second floor at a back bedroom, she'd be banging on that window.
Wow.
I the honest to God truth. And
Yeah. This is why I asked the story. This is not insignificant. This is a big deal. I can tell you 2 other stories of people that were in emotional distress, and birds coming at their window were a huge deal. They sat there and they were just part of it, and big stories about this. Maybe we'll get them to share with you at some point. Right? Huge stories, exactly similar to this. So I want to just say one big thing, something for your dictionary of power too. The world does not work the way we think it does. It doesn't. It just does not. In the way that we've grown up in that world, Robin's coming and paying attention to you specifically with intent, or cardinals. Sorry, somebody else was a robin. I think both of them, or no, one was a sparrow, one was a robin, and you're a cardinal. Now, I don't know what the difference is between the birds and the significance, but nonetheless, they all are doing the exact same thing. They are here for you, and they're tapping into this emotional distress. It's incredible. Yeah. So they are here for you. They are supporting for you. If you want somebody to talk to
and
them.
I almost would doubt that, but when they come, they sit on a branch literally all day until the sun sets. Like
there's no doubt
hours.
here. There's absolutely no doubt here. There's absolutely no doubt here. I mean, we've seen this before. I mean, intense, deep stories that if you weren't the person involved, they say nobody else is going to believe this. But we've seen it as a repetition, as a pattern, right? Yeah. So these birds are absolutely something special, something magical, something more, right? Which birds sit in a branch all day long in the same one? They don't do that.
Right, and just stare into the window. It's crazy.
Exactly. So when you need somebody to talk to them.
Okay.
I mean it absolutely out loud. You speak to them. These birds are here for you. They are really a magical thing. I'm not easily one to believe in magic, but I've seen this as a pattern, right? So when we next come up with Donna, we'll ask her to share her Donna was the robin and Cher was the sparrow. I think in Cher's book she has the sparrow story. But we'll see. So maybe we can share that too. Oh, I saw big stories. It's similar to yours. It's really, really big. You have a pair of them too, yeah?
Yeah, there's a pair of them, and now the female is there too. So 2 males
Which
and a
one? Which
female.
one? Oh, wow.
2 males and a
Wow, that's
female. Yeah.
wow.
Yep. I just saw her. She's harder to see because she just has an orange beak, and the rest of her is brown. So she's harder to see in the trees, but she's there.
Yeah. Right. So
Anyway.
pay attention to them as
Okay.
being not birds, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. What they are, I don't know, but I know one thing: they're just not regular birds. Okay,
Okay.
they're there for you. They're there for you. That's something special. That's something special. But it sets up this understanding that the world doesn't work the way we think it does. That's important to understand. It's very important. Yeah.
Right.
Wow. The moment you said, "Oh, yeah, my cardinals," boom, it's right there. I knew it. It's really cool, really beautiful, really cool. I'm really thrilled too that you do have them, and also it is an indication of emotional distress. In both of the other times, that's when the robin and the sparrow came. Intense emotional distress.
Yeah. And that's where I was when the female was here.
Exactly. And this is so I said, share your emotions, get it out, talk to them. That's what happened in the other instances too. Talking to them. Talking. Big
My
deal.
pup took a long time to die, and I had to actually do it. I had to make the call.
Yeah. Wow.
And that was hard.
Wow. See, you are so passionate. You feel so deeply. It's incredible, It's incredible. But again, we're going to just let me say one other thing. You understand computers from what I understand. You familiar with them, right? We are just going to relabel things, and just the act of relabeling changes everything. A good example of relabeling is for us. We've relabeled the unknown into more, capital M, more.
Okay.
In that relabeling, the unknown is a scary place. It's unknown. Oh, I don't know what's out there. Ooh, and it's all this stuff. But more is just profound. More is cool. There's extra for me. There's value for me. There's moreness there. So suddenly the unknown becomes exciting, becomes discovery, becomes a treasure trove. All we need is relabel it. Right? Simple thing. And if you do this on your computer sometimes, you have a file that you don't know what's in there, and you can never find it because it was poorly titled, it was poorly labeled, right?
Okay.
Change the label, you got access to that, right? So this is what we're going to do profoundly. It's really potent. It's not a big complicated process. It's just a matter of retweaking things. Actually rather simple at the end of the day. You're gonna see that. With our beliefs too. It's really cool. It's really cool. It changed itself, Beena. The background again, for whatever reason, my background just decides to change itself sometimes. Who knows?
Wow.
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty coming back
You got
up into
Cheryl, check it out
there.
in the background.
There you go. See? Can
Oh
you see it?
dear. No.
Well, Sleeping Beauty has been a big theme for us, so it's come up quite magically in things. So yeah. I'll take the opportunity to put the kettle on. Very cool. All right, keep going, Cheryl. Keep going.
Okay. So there was one other belief which triggered feelings, and that is, if you do, or if you did what you were supposed to do, stay in school, surround yourself with good people, work hard, work harder, keep working, you'd be a better person, simplified, a better person, and you would feel loved and respected.
By who?
That's just by everybody. Just by everyone around you. Which is almost, once again, I mean, I know that these beliefs have been there. And yet when I write them and I read them, they sound just incredulous and ridiculous.
Yes, Cheryl, yes. I can't emphasize that enough. It doesn't matter exactly. But the thing is, I think that your goodness has also said, I can't really trust my own opinions. That would make me egotistical. So this is ridiculous, but this is what society says. So essentially, the preposterousness of to switch that belief back in the day, right, when it first came up, when you were probably a young girl, to say, but this is preposterous and ridiculous, and you look around, it's, oh crikey, every bloody thing is ridiculous and preposterous. The whole world is freaking nuts and crazy and preposterous and ridiculous. Who am I to say so? So I must be the one who's wrong. Simple must be logic. But it's false. It's false. You were sensible, and the whole world is nuts. Society, history, teachers, parents, church, religion, state, politics, all of them freaking nuts.
Yeah.
You've been saying all along. Yeah, really.
And I'm brought to think of Sue's posting on the awareness page yesterday, that on her ride home that day, as she noticed the flowers and somebody riding a bike and someone walking their dog, and she had never seen any of those things on her 10-mile ride in either direction. And I thought, wow, what a place to be. That's where I want to be. I want to notice the lady walking that pretty little pup, and I want that. I want that place. I want that awareness. I want that awareness.
Yeah. Beena, do you think we can promise Cheryl that she'll get there, Sue? Do you think we can promise Cheryl?
Absolutely.
And why can we do that? Why can we do that so definitely with such confidence? Because we hear your intent to do so. Not intention, but intent. And I'm not even going to bother to explain the difference, because I figure that you'll work it out for yourself. Your intent to do so, not your intention, but your intent. There's a difference. I'll leave it to you to think about and feel about and come back at it another time. But put intent at least in your dictionary of power.
I think I did already.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you put intent to goodness, but just intent.
No, I put intent.
Fantastic.
Put intent to goodness and intent. And
yes. Oh, I'm not surprised you have it in there.
And then the incremental change, you said that, and that struck me too.
Oh, exactly.
That's a big
incremental
one.
change is a huge one. Yes. Boy, it's a pleasure doing this with you, Cheryl.
Thank you. Same here.
Oh, it's a huge pleasure. It's a huge pleasure. Yeah. Leapfrogging. All right. So we have to be cautious with leapfrogging, because you get it, you see it, but we need time to implement it. And this is the key. So without application, you're going to hear me say this 1,000 times. Without application, it's all meaningless. Right. So application. Every single understanding, every single insight, every single discernment, every single awareness, we are going to say, how do I apply it?
Right.
Otherwise, we're wasting our time. Nothing going to come of nothing. We have to take every single new realization, new insight, new awareness. How am I going to apply this? How is this going to make a difference in my life? How is this valuable and useful?
Right now, right here.
Exactly. Right here, right now. How am I going to use this? I'm going to put it into practice.
Right.
Exactly. Huge. Very exciting. And of course, you're seeing it already. What we are doing is we are becoming, you are your self-curative awareness. you think, oh, crikey, all this shit that I've been believing, it is just shit. I'm sorry, Beena, I can't say it any other way, right? It is
It's
just
just
rubbish,
shit.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
No, I'm sorry, Beena, but I have to. Beena doesn't swear. Beena's very refined and very polite, and Beena's
Aw.
like an angel from another universe, right? So
Yeah. Oh,
if we do, it's not like we,
yeah.
okay,
I
that's
cuss
our
like a
thing, but
sailor, but
our
I'm
thing.
gonna put a lid on that.
No.
But now we don't need to, Cheryl. We don't need to. I do it in general because I like to do it. I like to practice being refined, and I like the deliberateness that comes with it. That in the moment I have the presence of mind to swear or not swear. Right. So I enjoy this. It's a great gift to me, and I enjoy doing it for Beena. But sometimes it's appropriate, and I have to do it. So okay, it's just a joy. It's just a so don't feel like you're obligated to in the least. I do it just for my own pleasure and joy. So yeah, I mean Beena's okay.
No obligation, no pressure at all. You do and you say whatever you want to. This is something
But
really
don't expect Beena to do it.
Well, the Beena won't do it.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Sometimes the situation calls for it, and I'm going to get better at identifying that and not just say it
appropriateness.
because I can.
Exactly.
Right, Sue?
And it's true.
Sue's
Exactly.
heard
And
me.
that's the
Yeah,
magic.
I don't hold
That's
back
why,
with Sue.
exactly. That's why I love this with Beena. It gets us to have that presence of mind and to introduce those power poses to anticipate, because to be able to cut it off, you have to have some anticipation, right? So
Yeah.
it gives us that presence of mind, which is ridiculously powerful. It's a magical skill. So Beena really leverages us in this case, and because Beena is so marvelous and beautiful, that we like doing it. It's a joy. It's a pleasure. So it's very powerful. I love leverage, capital L leverage. It's in my dictionary of power too. Everything we do, we want to use leverage. Like we are leveraging this magic of Venus. We leverage it, right?
This is something really
Leverage is very potent. Say, Beena?
Cheryl, you mentioned something really interesting when you say that whenever I just step out and I say that, okay, when I open my eyes, I see the world hasn't changed, nothing better. This is really interesting because when we open our eyes, we do check our environment, but subconsciously, the very first thought or feeling came in for me is about my own being. I'm feeling. So the world around us might not be better, or maybe worse. Yes, it could be. But what about your feeling, your own self? If we shift, if we can shift, just for me, I'm just feeling what I feel. If we can shift our focus from outside to inside and see that what I'm feeling, that will be a whole different deal. Because world, we have no control over other people and other situation, but we do
Right.
have some sort of control in our own thing. And who deserve more attention than you?
Right.
No, just the first thought. If the first thought become and I have like Sil, he is so amazing in that. Even before opening his eyes in the morning, he say that I observe my mood and feelings, and he changed it deliberately. I'm not able to do that because somehow naturally innate it is innate to me that I just get up in the morning with excitement. I have what I'm going to learn today, but
Right.
again the priority is me. We are very quite selfish in that. That oh, priority is me. What I'm feeling, what I am actually having right now. But you are such an incredible person. This is your again inappropriate application of goodness. You care about what's going on outside. Yes, in an indirect way it comes to you because it affects your mood and energy. But
Right.
your first thought is not about you. Your first thought is about your surrounding, your environment, and other people. But we can shift it, I guess. And if
Okay.
we start feeling that, okay, what I'm feeling now, it might be, oh my God, I'm feeling worse than when I went to sleep. Maybe, could be, but this is the moment of empowerment again. We can shift it again. Okay, let's see what's going on.
Mhm.
This is a virtual hug. This is a virtual self hug we give to ourselves when we give importance and priority to ourselves. And this is so amazing. This is so
Yeah.
amazing. Loving.
Yeah. I think we have
Okay.
so much more control to change ourselves. Think about if you're focusing on the outside world all the time, or Greg, or work, or something. There's some things that just aren't changeable. You don't have the power to change them. What you do have the power is to change yourself and notice those changes.
Right.
So being able to use that, that is the priority. You.
Yes.
not the
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like a huge, huge difference. Huge difference. And again, it comes back to a lot of this stuff. There's just awareness, awareness, awareness.
Yeah. And not, and with awareness, I'm thinking the knee-jerk reactions,
Mm-hmm.
the the going right to what was familiar, and how
Yeah.
Cheryl handles things. I probably have an internal guidebook on how it's going to
Hmm.
handle everything.
Well,
To
habits.
just being aware that this requires a shift in my reaction, and whether to react at all.
Correct.
I mean, does it benefit? Where's the benefit? What am I getting from this? You know?
Exactly. Still you're mute. Still you're mute.
No.
You're mute.
Everything's a choice. Everything's a choice. So even if
Yeah.
you are
Still mute.
super
Okay.
angry at something, is that the actual resolution? Is that the path to go down to remedy the situation?
Right. And where does that path lead to? It just leads.
Exactly.
I need a new path. I need a new path. I need a new guidebook. I need a new set of instructions on
Exactly.
Old
processing.
Exactly.
So-
And when you think
Yeah.
about changing the stuff around you, others, you don't like to be arrogant, right? You don't care for arrogance, right?
No.
No. But isn't
No.
that arrogant to assume that we know what to change for others?
Gee, I mean, I never considered myself arrogant, but I've been trying to fix my husband for a long time. I'm just not going to try to do that anymore. I just have got to stop.
Yes. You can.
know,
You can. Only he can, because
only he
likewise,
can. I can
can he fix
support
you?
him in what he wants to do to make
Exactly.
himself better, but I can't be the driving force. Mm-mm.
Exactly.
And a loss of the inappropriate energy management that you
Wow.
lost away doing all that for him, and you took a back seat.
Yeah.
No way the two could fit in the same room. You can't give that much energy to him and help him without
Exactly.
putting yourself to not get any.
Energy's energy.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
so much going on.
So what we can do is what Sue and Beena and I are doing here. We are sharing. Really, it might sound like we're telling or giving instruction or not, but really we're sharing. I'm sharing what I know. I'm sharing what works for me. I'm sharing what's sensible to me. Sharing, sharing, sharing. I truly don't ever want to tell you anything, except that you're good. Well, good and intelligent and intensive and passionate. All right, but still, I'm sharing my perceptions. I'm not saying, Cheryl, you are so as a definitive fact. This is how I see it, right? It's implied in everything we do. So especially with partners, when you try and fix them, it's an arrogance. But when you share stuff, share your journey, share what's working for you, share your understanding, share your perceptions. That doesn't lock them in. Share with the understanding that they have the freedom to throw it out or not. That's it.
Share with understanding. One in my
And
book.
share with the understanding of freedom of choice. That's the key, right? So that's the understanding that goes with your sharing. I'm sharing, and it's up to you to make sense of it or not. It's up to you to throw it away. It's up to you to do whatever you want to. Believe me or not, it's up to you. I'm simply sharing. That's it. You have the freedom. It's on you, not on me.
Mhm.
And this is why I like, I said, this is why I like a partner or a spouse or somebody to be involved so that they can share the journey. Not, oh, we, you know, like this is what we need to do, this is what we have to do, and all this stuff. And or again, too, that we are sharing replacement, right? Not fixing problems. You're not broken.
Mhm.
You're not
Yeah.
broken. Maybe, but you know, not knowing what to do, yes, but you're not broken.
Tell
So
Phil what you
there's the
said to
fixing.
Greg about the
But-
program.
What's that? Oh, I said if I get fixed and he says he stays broken, it could be problematic.
Oh,
Greg has
girl.
always thought I needed to be fixed. He's always believed that he just wanted somebody to just fix me.
Ah. So tell Greg that I agree with him. No, I mean, seriously. Tell him that. So Still agrees you're not broken. Still also agrees that I'm not broken either. Neither of us are broken. We may be misguided. We don't know what to do. We need replacement, maybe. Yes, okay, but neither of us are broken.
Okay.
I'm telling him too. So prove it to me.
So you see, even
I
that
may have
difference-
misguided beliefs. I may, you know, think stupid stuff. Yes. You're not broken.
but you see how the different terms of explanation, of understanding, of sharing is very different than, you know, if you need to be fixed too. And what did Greg do? He said he just turned around and walked out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He just ignored me.
Slammed
Oh,
the
you don't
door,
want to hear that.
slammed the door.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And that's probably the biggest issue in your relationship, that you think each other are broken.
Mhm.
Mm.
when-
That's a belief that's gotta go.
So we
Just
learn-
because you do foolish and nincompoopery and stupid stuff, just because you do that doesn't make you broken.
Mhm.
No. Yeah, you know, in computers, garbage in, garbage out, right?
Yeah.
So is the computer broken? No, perfectly good computer, but you put nonsense into it, you're gonna get nonsense out of it, right? So it's the
Okay.
beliefs, in other words, the programming,
You're
the
right.
tools, the methodology. Now you
The
can
words
fix
we
that
hear
program.
ourselves say.
Hey.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can fix that programming on the computer all you like. You're still wasting your time. You need to replace it with an appropriate program, one that is positive and realistic, and that's bent on application, and that actually gives you things that you can use appropriately, right? So we're going to get there as we go through this. We're going to get there. But you see the difference here, right? So please, I mean, I'm absolutely really for real. Tell Greg, absolutely. That's all said. No, he's not broken. He agrees with you. And actually, you can tell him that you too have shifted your perspective,
Mhm.
that we aren't broken. Yes, we may be misguided. We may be in immersion bubbles of not knowing what to do and in need of replacement. Absolutely. But are we broken? No,
Okay.
no. Very big difference. Very big
Okay.
difference. Right? Yeah. Furthermore, right. So the idea that you are broken is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Big deal. Very big deal. I'll tell you a nice story. R.D. Lang, you can read up on his stuff. It was very influential for me way back when, but only on one real major point. He studied schizophrenia. Back in the day when schizophrenia was like the big thing. This is in the 50s, right? So then he found that through studying schizophrenia, first of all, he said his end conclusion was that he doesn't see these people as being broken. He sees them as being on the forefront of consciousness. They're expanding consciousness for humanity. This
Mm.
is unbelievable. This is unbelievable, right? He said, because it's just incredible what these people are doing. But here's the problem, right? I mean, some of them in the institutions that he's at, they wanted to pluck out the eyeballs and do all, and they just thought they were the worst. The key determinant, and then others thought they were the bee's knees. They thought this was a fantastic gift that they had. The determinant was the environment in which they had become aware of themselves, right? So those who grew up in like religious places, or people that said, "Oh, you're mad, you're crazy, you're terrible, you're bad," this is what they came to believe, and they couldn't stand themselves. Literally, they wanted to kill themselves, pull their eyes out, and I'm bad, I'm evil, I'm the worst thing in the end, because they're seeing these visions. And the self-belief determined the nature of the visions that they saw. those who grew up in households where it was treated as a rare gift, that you use something special, you're different, they thought this was not thought, to them it was in actuality the supreme, found, sublime, magical, awesome thing. Was sacred to them, or, depending on the background, right? So this idea of self determined the experience of self. I say that again. The idea of self determines the experience of self. Huge deal. Huge deal. So you thinking you're broken is going to basically result in broken experiences, broken behavior, and all this, right?
Okay.
You're gonna
So
validate.
it's not that you are broken, but that the only thing wrong with you is that you think there's something wrong with you, essentially, right? The only thing that's broken is your idea of yourself. That's broken, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise there's that loop, Cheryl, of self-justifying and validating those loops that they're running
Exactly.
over. It's like a
Yeah.
broken and
Yeah.
no wonder, everything that you put down there, if you really believe that, and it's not factual, you're just going to stay in there and self-justify and self-validate that whole thing. And there's your life.
Exactly.
Until you to recognize, and that's what this program is really going to help you see, is how to make that shift. But it's coming into that conscious awareness first and foremost that it's happening. Or like when you reread all those things, you go, oh my God, these are ridiculous, incredulous. What did I write down here?
Right.
The light bulb goes on. Yeah.
Right. But just because they're ridiculous doesn't mean they don't have power.
Correct.
I don't know what your politics are, but I'll take a stab here and say, well, we've seen this in politics, right? Just because things are ridiculous doesn't mean they don't have power, right?
Right.
No matter which side of the aisle you're on, you think the other side is ridiculous. They have power.
Yeah.
Or all of them, if you're sensible. All right, I'll tease a bit. But yeah, I mean, we see this, right? So just because we have these ridiculous beliefs, it doesn't mean they're not influential, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, very cool.
Correct.
Very cool. Very cool. Keep going. Let's hear more.
Okay. So, well, that's all I had for that one. That's all.
Oh.
So if we go to the next slide, it said, the more to this is that we tend to believe our beliefs are the reason we feel what we feel. But it's also the opposite. We believe what we believe because of how we feel.
Yes.
So this one I wrote is probably the most powerful. It's also for me the most difficult.
Yeah.
If I understand this correctly, we develop certain feelings tied to what we believe is good, what is true, what is important to us. Beliefs of what is within us or not, for that matter. Knowing our beliefs are the product of either experiences or conditioning, i.e. learned beliefs, which are truly mine, and what was learned from others in positions of power over me, to what I was told and taught to believe about myself and the world. I was taught to believe in God. Once you got that down, everything else falls into place until it doesn't. And it didn't. If we feel what we feel because of what we believe, do we know this is happening? See, when I get into this thought thing where I question my questions and then I question those questions, then we recognize this reactionary occurrence to truly own our feelings and our beliefs, independent or one another. It's a lot, huh?
Repeat that last part, please.
Can we recognize this reactionary occurrence to truly be our feelings and our beliefs independent of one another?
Recognize your feelings as independent of one another.
Yes, and our beliefs. Our feelings and our beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Let
mean,
me use an example.
Because if the feelings and the beliefs are coming from an outside influence, Is the reactionary occurrence, does that belong to us? Does that belong to our feelings or beliefs? Or does it belong to one another? Does that make any sense?
Oh yeah, makes total
I
sense.
mean, is it a highly personal thing? Or is this all outside influence reactionary? And then it either firmly instills that belief, or maybe it changes it entirely.
All right. So if something is not black, what color is it?
Or it could be any other color.
Thank you very much. Somebody who says that, right? Most people will say, well, okay, they kind of know
It's
a
either
trick
black or
question.
white. No, it could be any
Right,
color.
precisely, right. Just because something is not something doesn't necessarily make it its opposite, right?
Right.
So it can be any color, it can be a mixture of colors, precisely. So your question here, it kind of brought up in my mind that it had a bit of either orness to it, but a black whiteness to it. But it's not.
Okay.
It's a mixture. It's all together. It's this whole convoluted mess, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
the belief and feeling, it's a lunatic loop, right? And it's chicken and egg. It's chicken and egg. We are, as we go through, when we get to the end of this module, we are going to say there's third and fourth things. There's other stuff that's involved. First, we want to understand this relationship so acutely that we realize it's a mess and it's just this loop that reinforces each other.
Okay. Okay.
So, for instance, Greg makes you feel bad. You're very passionate. You're very intense. You're feeling really, really crap. You have to put a belief to it because you've been taught that when you feel something, there's a reason for it.
Right.
So, well, Greg must be bad. He must be broken. He must be horrible. He must be nasty because he made you feel that way. The feeling creates the belief. Can be the other way around. Greg can come along and you see him doing something and say, wow, that wasn't very nice. It's a belief. And now you start feeling not nice because you believe he's not nice.
Mhm.
There's no beginning to these things. Sometimes they come about randomly. We don't even know where they come from.
Right.
Yeah, we have no idea. But because we have the belief that feelings have to have a reason.
Right. We need to justify them.
Exactly.
But
Well, there must be just some reason, even if it's not a justifiable reason. There's got to be a reason. Beena?
exactly. What I get from your question, Cheryl, for me, it is no matter how my reactions are creating, that maybe my reactions are because of those external stimulation of my feelings, or the feelings or the reason externally we are creating some feeling behind that. No matter what, the path is coming down back to my own beliefs and feelings and ideas, which I already have in my inside me. Even
Right.
my reactions instead of my responses, just reacting according to whatever moment we call it. Okay, whatever is coming, I'm just reacting. Yes, I'm reacting because of certain outside. But
Right.
because I am reacting, I'm not.
Say it again.
Well, if I'm reacting to something that's coming at me from whoever or whatever, and my reaction is exaggerated or inappropriate, I'm losing my power over something that wasn't mine to begin with. Was whatever, it belonged to whatever external influence was before me. That was that I chose to react, and it is a choice that I reacted to something and lost my power over something that didn't belong to me to begin with.
Wow. At the same time, do you give up or relinquish its power over you?
Oh,
I can choose not to take any ownership of it at all.
yes.
Yes, 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 yes. I can choose to not take ownership of it at all. I can choose. I can choose. I can choose. It's going to be our mantra from now on. Please put that in your dictionary of power. I can choose. I have choice. I can choose. Me. I can choose freely without regard to any of it. Yes, Cheryl?
Yes, absolutely.
Bloody hell, yes. Who's the
Absolutely.
authority of Cheryl?
Why am I doing that? Me.
Exactly. 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 I have a nice quote for you. The individual and the individual alone is the final arbiter of truth.
Is the final arbiter?
Arbiter of truth. The individual and the individual alone is the final arbiter of truth. Yes. No matter how much somebody tells you, you have to believe this, you have to believe this, this is so. You are still the one that chooses to believe that what they say is true. I choose to believe them or not. I'm the final. I might not think so, might not believe this is true, but really it's the end fact of it, right? So,
So
the
that's
individual
so
and the individual alone. Yeah.
Mhm.
Final
my
arbiter of truth.
truths.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
You and you alone decide. You're in charge. And from now on, you are acutely aware that you are not only intelligent, but also sensible. You just need to exercise through choice. You'll be listening to others crap all this time and it gets into trouble. How much has it helped you? Absolutely bugger all, right?
Mhm. And it's interesting, Cheryl, you put this in a question. You said, why am I losing my power if this is not even mine to begin with? What you'll
Exactly.
what you'll see that's extremely helpful is answering your own questions. So how would you answer that? Why am I losing power if this is not mine to begin with?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I don't know.
There's no answer to it. There's no
There's
good
the
reason.
truth.
In other words.
I don't know.
There's no good
It
reason
certainly
for it.
doesn't
It's
make
just-
sense to do so.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
you know, truth be told, I do relinquish my power
Yep.
by overreacting or feeding into something that just is just not to my benefit. It's just not.
Yep.
It's not going to do anything for me.
Yep. Could you say that the reason is stuff like happenstance, habits, random, who the hell knows? You know, I could say it a little stronger than that too, but
Yeah.
there's no good reason for it. It's just the way things are. Because
Yeah.
supposed to, should, right? A bunch of reasons. Should, by the
Sometimes, I
way,
mean,
we
I
regard as
refer
a-
to them as I refer to instances like that as like my triggers. I got a couple of soft spots.
Yeah. Well, we'll look into the beliefs involving those. And again, all beliefs.
You know. Yeah.
It's an amazing thing to realize that we've done stupid, ridiculous things, believed them, given away our power for no good reason at all.
Yeah. True.
We always want to have good reasons, but sometimes no good reason, just the way it came about. Society, programming, conditioning, habit, who the hell knows? You know, the mess of random stuff in our past. Who knows? But now we choose. Different deal now. Doesn't matter where they came from. Doesn't matter how they come about. Now I get to choose. That's it. End of story. Right. And wouldn't you say it's a profound gift to have an acute awareness of the idiocy of some of your beliefs? Makes it easy to throw them away, right? If they were debatable, that's harder to throw them away.
It is
Knowing
harder to
clearly
throw
they're a
them
bunch
away.
of rubbish. Throw them away.
Yeah. I wish that was just that easy.
It is, Cheryl. as we go through it, you're going to prove to yourself it's complete nonsense and rubbish. You don't have to believe anybody when you just the act of examination, clear, thorough, detailed examination. You can say, this doesn't serve me. This is no good. This isn't working. Out it goes. Key is, you can throw away a belief. You don't have a replacement. It's just going to come back. Why? Because nature abhors a vacuum.
Wow.
Big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal. Big deal. This is why the whole fixing logic does not work. Eliminate the negative, and all you really have technically is a zero. Yes.
Aren't some of the beliefs, though, aren't some of them formed by like experiences and stuff? I mean, how do you look at those experiences in a different way?
Go back further.
Just
go back further, Cheryl. Look at it in its fullness. Yes, you had experiences that created beliefs, but those experiences were created by preceding beliefs. Some of those experiences are the result of feelings, which resulted in beliefs. And we go back and back and back and back. All of this goes back.
Think of a belief
that
you have.
So let's go back to the root of things. Should is ridiculously evil. To me, it's the most evil thing in the world. So
what?
You have should.
What's
should?
Should.
Should. Yes. And we shouldn't should on ourselves. Yeah. Big deal. Right. So should. So as a girl, as a young girl, right? You said, you were taught you should do this, you shouldn't do this. What does should mean? Should was a manipulation and a leverage of your goodness. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right. It were well-meaning. You shouldn't be nasty to people.
Or
but
not.
That right. But the implication is, all right, you shouldn't hurt people. You shouldn't injure them, whatever. The implication is that a should is a way to be good. Right? So anytime somebody says should, they are leveraging your intent to goodness. And you do the should because, well, this is what good people do. That's by implication what should means. It's what you do if you're good, right?
Right.
But what happens if you get told you should do stuff and it's not actually good and sensible, but simply a manipulation of your goodness? For instance, you should be superior, you should be dominant, you should, not let people like have a hierarchy over you or some shit like that, Or, for instance, you should be super modest and super humble. You shouldn't, which is just inverted should. You shouldn't say good things about yourself. That's egotistical. No, it's not. If the good things are true, then you're just simply being honest. It's only egotistical if they're untrue. But you were never taught that distinction.
No.
You were never taught that distinction, right?
No.
And what ridiculous rubbish. So you're actually taught to be dishonest. By implication, if you say something that's good about yourself, that's true, right? Like saying you were intelligent back in the day. Oh, you're so egotistical. No, you're not egotistical. It's just honest. You're intelligent. Then a story. You didn't ask for it. It came that way. Okay, So it's important to understand that should and shouldn't can be used to all sorts of crap, and they leverage your goodness. So the root of it is again inappropriate application of goodness. Misbelief. The misbeliefs in this thing with ego and not being able to talk about your own good qualities. That's a ridiculous misbelief, no? And again, manipulation of your goodness. Inappropriate goodness. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when we look at all the stuff that you believe that you should do, all this rubbish comes from you trying to be good because somebody associated that nonsense with goodness through should, right?
Yeah.
Belief is just association, yes?
Yes.
It's a chosen association. Not any one single belief ever is a fact.
Right.
By definition, it's a belief. We don't know. It may be factually true, but so we can change our beliefs because, well, it's a choice. Belief is a choice, right? It's not a fact. So I can believe the opposite if I want to. It's not a fact.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Change your beliefs, change your feelings.
Watch what happens, Cheryl, if you pay attention to all from here on in, how many people say should,
Yeah.
Mm.
and
Yeah.
watch your
Yeah.
reaction.
And yourself.
Yeah.
And me.
Yeah. All the shoulds that
Yeah.
you hear from yourself, from others.
And
Absolutely.
I would bet, although I've never like consciously taken notice of it, most of my shoulds are going to be I shoulds. Most of my shoulds are going to be I shoulds. I'm not much of a you should kind of person. You should do this, you
Yes.
should do that.
Good.
But
Good,
I'm an I
good,
should.
good, good. Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly. And you put ridiculous pressure on yourself for that I should.
Yeah.
You're most of the time probably inappropriately manipulating yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of
Exactly. You
hoping we
have
could blame this on somebody else.
Yeah, but you know what? We're gonna blame it on your goodness.
Yeah.
You are so incredibly good. It's just ridiculous. It's off the charts. And you feel such pressure to be good. That's all you're doing. You're trying to be good. Okay, you've been a nincompoop about it, but all right. So nincompoopery, we have to be acutely aware of. We're just nincompoops, all of us. We're nincompoops. That's it. You know, we don't know everything. We're nincompoops. We believe false stuff. We learn. But once we become and make peace with our nincompoopry, that's when the magic starts. That's when we can start to move on. So yeah, you know, it's not about blame. It's just about understanding, right? That's it. Understand.
Yeah.
We have 3 magic words we use all the time. They're in the group, in way of impeccability and everything. ADU, awareness, discernment, and understanding. ADU, awareness, discernment, and understanding, because they add to you. They'll play on the mnemonics there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we want awareness to know what's going on, but we want discernment to sort through the layers of stuff and the complexity. You need discernment. Then you put the 2 of those together, you can even make it into a formula. Awareness plus discernment equal understanding. A plus D equal U. Magical stuff, magical stuff, magical stuff. So yeah, we want to get out of the blame and on the blame and all this nonsense. We want to get out of that. That's fixing stuff. That's fixing stuff. We don't want to fix. We want to replace. We want to replace. We want to replace. So our first step here is awareness. We're getting aware of all the beliefs, right? We're going to discern through them to kind of sort out and understand why and how they work. Belief is associated to feeling, feeling belief. They reinforce all the stuff. Discernment. We're going to get to understanding, and then we're going to get to replacement, right? So ADU really leads to, you know, the little arrow, replacement. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you know, we really understand this, that, you know, that alone is not enough. Knowing what the problem is not enough. You need replacement. Fixing the problem, by far not enough. You really see this with people that go to therapy. They get the problems fixed, and they really do sometimes. And then they go out and live. But how do I actually be? What do I do now? I can't do the old stuff I was doing before. You know, okay, you've helped me not argue with my spouse, but now what? What do I do? They don't know. So they just revert to the old habit, because you can't be nothing. You can't do a nothingness. You can't be a nothingness. So better the devil, you know, well, at least it's something. You know, just go right back to the old behavior. It's really sad. Replacement, 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 replacement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really important. Really important. Sounds like you know exactly what I mean when I say this, that you can, you know, fix. You can have all those intents and resolutions. You get to that, I don't have anything to replace it with. The situation recurs, and you don't know what to do. You just go back to the old behavior. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding. When we understand, then we can do something about it. It's really cool. And that replacement is the key. Replacement is the key. All right. I love it, Cheryl. I love it. Just love it. Just love it. Keep going.
Any more on that slide?
We have tasks and exercises on that one.
Exciting. Let's hear.
my relationship between what I feel and what I believe. So my
You're
belief,
sharing in detail the understanding of your relationship between your feelings.
yes, detail. I forgot that important word. Okay, sharing in detail. So my belief is, to be a good daughter, you must make your parents proud. This goes to the whole goodness. To be a good wife, fill in the blank. To be a good employee, you must do these certain things. And for me, my feelings, I question, I question my accomplishments. I feel not unvalidated for what I tried to do, that my best isn't good enough. I guess I still kind of hung on to that one.
According to who?
Me.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, and then I guess my issue comes up in a later slide when she says, you know, how can we ever move forward if we're so tied to what people think of us? Which is, I mean, which should be the title of my book.
Write it, please.
Right?
Write your book, please.
Oh, that'd be.
I'm
That'd be a
not
steamy
joking
book,
here.
huh, Sue?
I'm not joking. I would like to hear the journey of Cheryl, the story of Cheryl. Not her history,
No.
not I did this, I did that. No, but your understanding the story now, the change of who you are, the shifts of understanding, the shifts of awareness. Not I lived in this place and I did this and this is my boyfriend in first grade. None of that crap.
No.
Not interested. The story of your internal change of self. And use your notes here as the start of this book. Yes, you can fill in backstory as appropriate as you go through it. But seriously, if you take your notes and start, you know, okay, this is going to be a book later. You're going to have an incredible book. You're going to have an incredible book. I say this to everybody. One person took me up on it and they have an incredible book.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Then the
Cheryl
second
Unbound,
one,
that was her name. So I said, write your book, write your story. I kept pressing her and she did. The book is called Unbound, 100 Days of Intent. We on Fridays, she comes on and we're doing it on Facebook Live. You can go in the group and you could probably just type in Unbound in the search and you'll see. I think we've done 2 or 3 sessions now. Facebook Lives, you can watch the video. You can see.
oh, nice. Okay.
If you don't find it, let me know. I can get the link for you. Find it and share the link.
Just listen in if you're doing, you know, housework or you're home or you're in the car. You can just put it on.
Okay.
Put earphones on
Right.
if you want.
I'd love it if you come and join us.
I'll have Tuesdays and Thursdays off from now on for this. So I'll be working on Fridays.
Okay, that's all right. When you work, can you put the headphones on?
No.
No, they don't allow. What a pity. What a pity.
She'd love to, so she doesn't have to hear how somebody wants their meat cut.
Yeah, no, I deal with the public.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So then, and this one has been like kind of a big one for me. In the last 4 years, I lost my mother, my father, both grandmothers, and my only sister.
Wow.
I basically have no family left. And then this past July, I lost my dog.
Oh,
Wow.
So grief, loss, abandonment, fear of the unknown. These are like really like have been very forefront for me recently.
Wow. Wow.
The feeling of grief, because I went from belief to feeling, and then the feeling that caused my belief, grief, loss, abandonment, fear, leads me to believe that everyone eventually will leave you. So just don't get close to anything or anyone.
Wow.
Because it hurts.
Mm.
Ouch.
All right. Cheryl, let's make a note here. We'll finish this slide and then make a note for next time. We'll talk about transition.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll
We'll
just put a
deal
note there
exactly
that
with
that's
that.
where we stopped.
Yeah, but did you finish all the repeat backs and takeaways on the tasks and exercises
It's,
on the slide, on slide number, what was it, 4?
4.
There's a question. Can you determine which comes first?
Yeah, can I determine which comes first? I wrote at the bottom, I am having trouble identifying which comes first because they seem to work together and they're not mutually exclusive of one another.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trick question. Yeah. There is no determining which come first. It's a mucking fuddle.
Oh, okay. Because I'm thinking, you know what, I gave it a lot of thought and I came up with no, I can't.
Can't exactly.
They're you know what I mean, that they're not mutually exclusive. So
before you go, let's go over your dictionary of power. I like to go over those entries. So, you know, the ones that just go from the start where it goes.
I didn't have anything before today.
Oh, okay, no worries. There isn't actually much to put in here from this, so not a problem, not a problem.
So as of today, I wrote inappropriate application of goodness.
Yes, huge.
And intent to goodness.
Yes, your intent to goodness is what defines you. And please do me a favor. Trust your intent to goodness.
Okay.
Trust. This is the root and the core of you. This is what defines everything in you, is that your deep intent to goodness. Know this, and then you'll start to see that you're trying to be good, just in inappropriate ways.
Okay.
Incredible. Yes, please say hello to the Cardinals.
I know he's right there.
Say hello to them. I mean it.
Hello, darling. Hello. Oh, there he is. Hello, darling.
That's a bit lame. Sorry. More energy with that. Come on, you know, really. Did they hear you?
I don't know. Hello, honey.
There
He's
you
looking
go.
right at me.
There you go. There you go. I mean, these, they have, pay attention to the intent, right? Obviously, their intent is your well-being, no?
Yes. Yeah.
So how can you not respond to them in like way? So celebrate them, you know, shout your joy and love at them or whatever you need to do. But really, they are there for you. Talk to them, share with them, connect with them. Big deal. Sorry. I don't want to give advice, but in this case, this is an exception to the rule here because it's so uncommon. You know, okay, it's my recommendation you do that. I should say it that way. But please, really honor them for the magic incredibleness that it is. Right? Doesn't matter that anybody else can see it. You know what I'm saying is valid, right? You know this. Right. No matter what anybody else believes. I don't care. I happen to also know it from other experiences in similar situations. It's incredible to me. It really blows my mind. You know, I saw it with 2. And, you know, okay, like Martin says, once is a coincidence and twice is a conspiracy. So, okay, we got 3 already. That's incredible. It's really magical. Anyway, keep going on the dictionary.
Okay, philosophy of replacement. Yes. And then I wrote, get rid of all the crap I learned.
Yes. Throw it all away. I
love that. Intent, just on its own.
Yes. Intent is a power, an incredible power, something to be taken absolutely vitally serious. Yes.
Incremental change.
Yes, huge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The world does not work the way we
incremental
think.
Change.
What is that?
Sorry, Cheryl, there where you said incremental change.
Yes.
Could we just add in there self-talk?
Self-talk,
yeah. And self-conception also. 2 different entries.
Okay. And the world does not work the way we think.
Yes.
And sharing with understanding. It's
Yes,
still your freedom.
yes, no telling.
That's what I have.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Again, it's your dictionary of power.
Right.
Not mine. It's yours. It's Cheryl's dictionary of power. So, you know, as you go through, you know, add things like awareness, discernment, and understanding. That's in mine. You know, put it in yours if it's valuable to you. The point of these is to conceptualize things so that you've got a core understanding, a term that you can put in your language that you can use. And through the usage, you leverage it, right? And it's that labeling of all that data on the hard drive. You put that one term, all the data comes with it when you use it, right? It's
Right.
automatically associated. How incredibly potent is that?
Mhm.
Simple,
Very
but
good.
potent.
Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
Very simple, very simple. It enables us to use what we have. So the
Okay.
dictionary of power is essentially the encapsulation. You make a fractal conception of what it is that you've learned and understood, all of your notes, all of your detail, all of our discussions here.
Okay.
So I would
Very
also
good.
recommend you make post-session notes.
Okay.
Right. So just after the session, you say, okay, what really stuck out? Oh yes, and you kind of go through your notes, and yes, yes, and then okay, yeah, that was a new thing. Oh wow, that was really huge. Okay, and how is this affecting me? Okay. You just give a little post, you know, summary, recap, takeaway. Very powerful, very powerful.
Okay.
And then I'll send you the recording as well. That reminds me, I don't know if I have your email. Do I?
Yeah, I get,
Yes. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, we've emailed back and forth a few times. Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you sent me
Okay.
some stuff.
Okay,
Mhm.
so then I'll send you the recording. That's right. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. So then you can go over that too or not. You know, it's very powerful what we do, but sometimes it can be very intense as well. So it's, you know, up to you, of course.
Yeah.
But brilliant. So as a recap, as a takeaway before we get to you, Beena, anything to add?
Just
share,
to
Beena?
yeah, just to practice making the obvious obvious. When we talk about incremental changes, it's by default my mind jumps to something in future, which is okay, it is correct, but the very next moment I'm thinking about this, the next moment is my future also. So who I was before participating in this session and who I am right now, it's a transformation right there. I'm no more that person who I was. And
Yes.
it's the same thing whenever some intense feelings just jumps in and I start reacting instead of responding. The moment I just got myself, oh, I'm reacting, not responding. That's the transformation right there. That is incremental change. It can happen in every second, in every split of second, and this is what future self is. This is what our growth and learning is for me.
Okay.
I don't have to look for years or months or weeks. No, just right there in this moment, who I was when I start talking and who I am right now. I'm a different person because of the awareness,
Yep.
because of
Yep.
control over myself, because of that.
Yep.
Sharing with you what I'm feeling. I'm feeling more empowered now.
Yeah. Huge. Thank you, Beena.
Thank you, Beena.
Thank you.
And
Sue,
those,
anything?
yeah, just, you know, just to expound upon what Beena said about those incremental changes, those small incremental changes can be the ones that have the biggest, most long lasting impact on us. We don't have to get this, you know, from,
Huge
you know,
epiphany.
100, this massive thing. It's
Yeah.
these things that you pick up that go, and they rock your world. They completely change it.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
there to
Yeah.
be honored. And
Yeah. There are no little things. Open up, you know, nice fancy wristwatch and the old-fashioned ones, right? And take out the tiniest little gear. You can't even see it by eye. You need, you know, tweezers and magnifying glass. Take it out, see what happens to the watch.
Yeah.
Don't work
Doesn't
anymore.
work.
There are no little things. Everything is
Right.
important, right? There are no little things, right? The
Right.
littlest thing can be profound and sublime, and we tend to overlook it because because the profound and the sublime can sneak up on us, and it can be just a simple casual thing. But if you think a bit about it, oh my goodness, this is life-changing. Life-changing. Yeah. That's why we make the obvious obvious. It's something to maybe put in the dictionary of power too. It seems so, but why would you make the obvious obvious? Because it wasn't obvious before it became obvious. That moment before, it was not obvious. It only became obvious once it became obvious. It wasn't obvious until it became obvious. There's that split second between it being completely out of your mind, not aware, never occurred to you. Suddenly somebody says it, oh, duh, oh, wow. Oh, it's so obvious. But then 2 moments later, people are like, well, it's obvious. And they don't treat it as sublime and profound. No,
Okay.
it is. It is. It is. So we have to pay attention to that. Really a big deal. Really a big deal. Very cool. Anything from your side, Cheryl? Any questions? Any takeaway? Any recap? Anything?
This was really enlightening and empowering, and I'm acutely aware that I'm able.
Yes. Yes. You aren't
I am
saying you're
able.
able.
Yes, you are.
Exactly. You are able. Yes. 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 Oh, there's your name. Cheryl and Able.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yes, you are.
There you go.
There it
Absolutely.
is. There it is. Cheryl enabled. There it is. You're also something else. You know, I'm very tempted to keep that. You really are, Cheryl. You really are. You are something else. But it doesn't have the same ring to it as Cheryl enabled. There we go. Cheryl enabled. Very simple. I am able, right? That
I
is
am
to be
able.
enabled means, and you just enabled yourself right there. You enabled yourself.
That's
Yes?
it. Those are my
And
words.
who enabled Cheryl? Who enabled Cheryl? Us? No. Cheryl enabled Cheryl. That's enabled. Yeah.
Yes.
How cool is that, Cheryl? How cool is that?
Very cool.
It's the only way it can be. Every single thing that we do is geared towards this end, where the participant, because that's what we call you, you're a participant, right? Where the participant comes to this understanding that they need to enable themselves, that I am able to say exactly that. We did it in one session.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, Beena, you say it so perfectly. I wish I could say wow the way Beena does.
Really, because
Wow.
something else, because your understanding, you take away repeat backs, it's something else, Cheryl, because it is not a usual thing the way you are doing this now in the first session. It's not a common thing. You have this understanding, you have this awareness, and you are doing it amazingly. So we are enjoying this. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
So that's something else. It's also to be acutely aware. Again, acutely aware. This is a power that can be used good or bad. If you get immersed in rubbish, you're going to get fantastic, compounded, magical, awesome rubbish.
Exactly. Exactly. Isn't that something?
Power.
Yeah.
Power. Yeah, power, girl. GURL, girl. Yeah.
All right. Right.
Yeah, power. Yeah, power. Brilliant.
Thank you,
Brilliant.
Sil.
All right, I can't wait till next time. I can't wait till next time. Also, on that note there, transition, I want to share with you a poem based on what Beena said too. It's called The Me of Now and Then. A reminder.
Oh, yes.
The Me of Now and Then. So just make a note there, the poem, Me of Now and Then. That's the name of the poem.
Me
The
of
Me
now and
of
then.
Now and Then. Right.
Okay.
Right. Really cool poem. Really cool poem. Very, very pertinent and relevant. Right, Beena?
Yes. And a very beautiful one.
I look forward to it.
Brilliant. Brilliant. All right. Love you, Cheryl. Already? I feel quite comfortable saying that because she's just magical. So very cool. Very cool.
Okay. Very good.
See you next time, Cheryl.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
You'll keep me
Bye-bye.
posted. Let me know what happens this afternoon.
I will.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Cheryl. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.